slap.
Oh, hi. So, I'm the insane Metron, but you guys can call me. Oh, thank you guys. I'm free. I'm free. Now, I love fighting games. They're so unique and fun to me that I just enjoy playing them. You know, they're cool games, and I really enjoy playing with friends most of the time.
Damn it, I saved him!
Why'd you save him, huh?
But yeah, with fighting games, there's quite a few different styles of characters, like rushdown archetypes, grapplers, mages, and a few more. And puppet characters, I forgot about them. So today, I'm going to be talking about my favorite characters in my favorite fighting game series. So, slap that subscribe button, and let's get into the first series. Soul Calibur 2.
Transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords, eternally retold.
I really love Soul Calibur. The game feels really fluid with 8 movements that you can move in, and with the various stages that you can knock an opponent off of and get a ring out. Just add to the charm of Soul Calibur. I also like to run off the stage with them too. So let me tell you who my main is. It's Nightmare.
Versus Raphael.
I specifically say the second one because the developers kept changing Nightmare's moveset in the following games, most likely due to Siegfried.
Nightmare. You cur!
Another reason why I made Nightmare is because of the way he sounds. He sounds really cool. Here's what he sounds in the second game.
Souls, come unto me! You're pathetic. Go away! I will show you the greatest nightmare.
And this is what he sounds like in the third game.
I'll burn you alive.
So the reason Siegfried and Nightmare basically have the same moveset is because Siegfried became Nightmare whenever he grabbed Soul Edge, and after the second game, they separated. So they basically have the same moveset and are basically the same character, except Siegfried is good and Nightmare is evil. Pretty simple. Now this Nightmare is really cool. His design is so awesome and menacing. The blue armor is sick, and the right arm makes me think he's a Resident Evil character. His weapon and gameplay is what really sells it for me. Nightmare's sword is Soul Edge, and since it's a great sword, it hits really far away and is a good poke. But if you miss, someone like Maxi can get in your face and win. Plus, I found this cool combo with his stances. He has a lot of them in this game. And he has one move called Cannonball Lifter that really sells it for me. It looks so cool, and he reminds me of Guts whenever he has the Berserker armor on. I also really like Maxi. He feels OP, is fast, and is pretty easy to play. My other favorite character is Heihachi from Tekken.
Show this to that idiot son of mine.
Heihachi is a guest character for the PS2, Spawn with Xbox, and Link with the GameCube.
After all these years, finally, I have them all.
The development team did a really good job moving Heihachi over from Tekken to Soul Calibur. He still has his main moves like the Wind God Fist and his spinning moves, and the input is just about the same. I just realized that Heihachi doesn't have his funny Shadow Step move in Soul Calibur 2. He doesn't do the funny laugh thing. So, those are the characters that I enjoy playing in Soul Calibur. Nightmare, Heihachi, and Maxi. Now, I went with the second game because I believe it's the best in the series. I have more enjoyment with it than Soul Calibur 6. Those are my mains in this game. So, let's talk about another game that I enjoy. Tekken.
Excellent!
The thing I love the most about Tekken is how goofy it can be. That and the music. The music hits hard. Back to the goofy side. You got Lee Chaolan hitting golf balls at Heihachi, Kazuya, and Jin. A bear wants to date a panda. Heihachi tying his dad, son, and grandson onto a rocket going to space. A training dummy not doing his chores and getting hit by his wife or his mom or something. And a fat guy going insane because he became thin. So let's begin with the characters that I like. I'll talk about Bob first.
I hope you're ready.
Shut up, fatty fat pants! Wow, seriously, I have no idea what that's about.
So Bob is the fat guy I was talking about a little bit earlier. He's surprisingly fast for how big he is, and he's voiced by Patrick Sates. Bob's combos are pretty sick and easy. He does his roll move and has different follow-up attacks afterwards. And Bob's super is so hilarious. Here, we'll take a look at it. So overall, Bob's a pretty easy character to play as. He's a good starter character too, like Paul, I believe. But Bob has a special place in my heart. Next is the Grandmaster of Drip, Leroy. Oh my god, he feels so cool. Leroy is really fun to play, and he looks amazing. He even has his dog come in for an attack, but it's not a good move. It's just his style on people. Leroy is so broken that he can only use his cane once per match. He even has a taunt.
You got nothing.
Now that is really
Badass!
I really have a lot of fun with him, and I can't wait to play as him in Tekken 8. Next is King, and I love this guy. King is the main grappler of Tekken. He's a pro Mexican wrestler who only speaks with tiger sounds, and I love it. Although, when I first played as him, I could not for the life of me remember all of his command grabs, or even do them.
Oh my goodness!
Now, I can actually do a full grab on someone with the amount of time I put training with him. He has a lot of command grabs, but I'll save them for another video because there's so many of them. King has a lot of personality. He makes me feel pumped to play him, and I feel awesome seeing him throw his opponents around. He can grab opponents out of the air and when they're knocked down. I basically love the amount of options he has to grab someone, and that's why I play as him. So, let's talk about my last favorite character, Kazuya Neshima! I love Kazuya's spinning moves. It's really cool that Kazuya's rage drive turns him into a devil who can shoot laser beams. I like that he also hits hard and can stun anyone with his demon god fist. It's really hard to get his electrics out, but the Tekken gods throw me a bone every once in a while. I also made him because I first got into Tekken because of Smash Bros. And my buddy forums. I'll talk about it more when I get into the Smash Bros. Section. So just to recap, my mains for Tekken are Bob, Leroy, King, and Kazuya. Now, I chose those 4 characters because I keep liking more characters. Like, whenever I'm bored, I'm just going to go into the training room with a random ass character and see if I like them or not. So, with Tekken out of the way, let's get into my other favorite fighting game, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And God, the online sucks. So, my biggest main ever in Smash Bros. Has to be Ganondorf. I strive to prove that low tiers are still good with him. His spike is awesome and it feels 10 times better than Sex to land a Warlock Punch. I also play Hero because he's bullshit. He has a spell called Whack, and it can kill you in one hit. He also has thwack, but it's bigger and doesn't go across the stage. And he has crits on his smash attacks. The next character is Kazuya Nishima! Kazuya's electric move is easier to input in this game, and it sets up for some really good combos. And plus, I like how Kazuya blends in his devil form instead of having to turn into a devil fully. I think they improved on that better in Smash Bros, to be honest. So, let me tell you the grand tale of how I started maining Kazuya because of forms.
Let us begin.
Basically, whenever Kazuya got into Smash Bros, Forms was playing as him, and he was beating my ass, and then one day I decided, hey, I'm gonna learn how to play Kazuya even better than Forms. And then I did, and then Forms has regretted it ever since. Ain't that right, Forms?
Fuck you.
The next character I like to main is Samus Aran. I played the Prime games, and she is badass. And that's the reason why I started playing Samus. And she's really fun. I like her moveset and some combos I came up with, like up air into up B and her grab into forward air. And her grapple beam is really useful for getting back on stage. My last character in Smash Bros is actually Zelda, and she's a recent pick for me. I recently started to enjoy mage characters a whole lot, and that's due to this one character in Guilty Gear Strive. She's really fun, and I like the challenge to not spam B and try to do some cool moves like I did here in this one Twitch clip I did. Only because of this, because you can multitask. Okay, that was pretty cool! So, those are my mains in Smash Bros. So we got Ganondorf, Hero, Kazuya, Samus, and Zelda. So, I enjoy Smash Bros, except it can be really annoying at times. But hey, before I get PK fired to death because of my opinions on my mains, let's go to
Street Fighter 6.
Now, I gotta clear this out of the way. Street Fighter isn't my go-to game.
Oh, so forming an angry mob, eh? Who we going after?
I don't enjoy it as much as Tekken, but I still like it. Now, let's get on to the characters I main. I love Zangief in Street Fighter. I love Zangief. His face in the loading screen is just perfect. He has so much charisma too.
Ha! Look at this body of iron!
And he's a grappler too. I really do like Lance grapplers. The next character is JP. And oh boy does he look sick as hell. He has a pimp cane, and his moveset reminds me of Devil May Cry with the crystals. Then we got Muscle Mommy Marissa. She is my favorite. She hits hard, has cool effects, feels fun, and has super armor. Plus, I love her personality. And so, those are my mains in Street Fighter. Zangief, JP, and Marissa. Yeah, this was a really short segment. I really don't play Street Fighter that much, but still a really good game though. But hey, let's go to another game that I really enjoy. Skullgirls. Skullgirls has a very deep place in my heart. The animation is awesome, the characters are really unique and lovable, and the characters' color palettes reference other media, like Big Band is Jotaro Kujo and Potemkin, Eliza is Dio, Robo Fortune is Samus, and there are many more. Those are the only ones I could think of off the top of my head. Now, my main is Big Band, because he is so awesome. He uses instruments to fight, his supers are awesome and hit like a truck, and you can even play the trumpet with his attack buttons. So, let's talk about another character, Robo Fortune. I really like her, not just because of her gameplay, but because her story is funny as hell. She's just pure fun. Just like Beowulf. Beowulf, he has a lot of personality, and he's just fun to play. Hell, he even has that one kick thing too. That's so cool. And I also really like playing as Peacock too. She's just silly.
Why are you so bad at video games? Is that all? You're mud.
And those are the characters that I main in Skullgirls. Big Band, Robo Fortune, Beowulf, and Peacock. This segment would have been longer, except I really don't play this game as much as I used to anymore. Mainly because the online on the Switch version had like nobody. And I just found out that there's a whole lot more people on like PlayStation. So I might play some more of this game, but not now because I want to get this video done. So let's hop into the next section for Dragon Ball FighterZ. I love the animation used for this game. It's basically the Guilty Gear Xrd series animation, but Dragon Ball. Most of the characters have a few moves because this is a tag game basically. So let's talk about my favorite characters in the game. My favorite has to be Super Baby 2. I really love his design, and he has cool moves also. He can summon the fighters you defeated for their attacks, and that is awesome. He can also grab you in the air and spin you around. Like, oh my god, he's so cool. Alright, my next favorite character has to be Android 16. He's a grappler, and he has this one super where if he grabs you, he self-detonates and kills the opponent at even at full health, which is broken in. He survives with just a pixel of health. Now, my next character, it has to be Broly from the old Dragon Ball movies. I love Broly because he acts like a train with his special move, the Lorette Express, and his super looks sick as hell. I even comboed into it.
I'll put you out of your misery.
My last favorite character is Cell because he's my favorite villain in Dragon Ball, and because of his command grab.
Oh, that was amusing.
Win!
You know, I thought this would be more entertaining. Guess I was pretty far off on that one.
And those are my mains for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Super Baby 2, Android 16, Broly, and Perfect Cell. Again, this is another short segment because I've not played this game for a very long time due to how the online sucks. It's really bad. So let's get on to the next section. This one's one of my new favorites. It's Granblue Fantasy Rising, the new one, with rollback netcode. I recently started playing this game, and I really like it. It's weird how the series started out as a mobile game, then they made a fighting game out of it in 2020, then made a better version with rollback netcode recently, then made another game that's like Final Fantasy, and I love it. After playing this game for like 15 hours, I finally found 4 characters that I enjoy. First up is Vazaraga. I chose him because he looked like Nightmare, but with a scythe. Except he's not evil.
Challenge me if you must. I won't show mercy.
It's not that I want to oppose you, but I won't let such menacing skill go unchecked.
And his gimmick is he has super armor on some of his moves that are chargeable. I love how menacing he looks when he's in his stance, and he has different attacks. He also has a command grab like Potemkin's, but with his scythe, and I was able to combo into it. Also, his supers look sick. My next character is Siegfried, and he's basically Guts and Siegfried from Soul Calibur. And he has an outfit that looks a lot like Guts' Berserker armor, and it's amazing. Siegfried's gimmick is he takes a little bit of health to power up his attacks and stack it 3 times. He feels awesome to play, and he has a stance like Vasaraga, but he can actually combo into that stance and also have different attacks. Wow! Who could have seen that the guy who likes Soul Calibur choose 2 characters that are basically in a different game for his mains?
Coincidence? I think not!
So, let me show you my next main that's not Soul Calibur related. It's this awesome woman.
Did you know, sweetie? The most important thing in this big blue sky is unconditional love.
God damn, Ladiva's my favorite. Not just because of her gameplay. I love how Patrick Sates performed as her.
Poor thing. Come on, let's fight it out.
So, Ladiva is a grappler and she's a little weird with her command grab. You'd think you can combo it after hitting the attack button 3 times, but her grab doesn't work on hit stun, which is weird. Fortunately though, her powered up command grab forgets that rule and can be comboed. She can also grab people out of the air, and her supers are awesome. Her gimmick is she lunges forward to grab someone and she could throw you forward or upward. I usually do it in the corner to throw someone up and grab them in midair. Ladiva is also a trans character and I have no problem with that whatsoever. I also do love Bridget from Guilty Gear. Tip, I really don't main her, she's not really my playstyle though. But she's still epic, and being homophobic is gay. My last favorite character is Beelzebub, mainly because he's fun to play, can teleport, and he really reminds me of Cars from JoJo.
Have you forgotten? When I broke free from your seal, your victory was forfeit. You will choke on your own impudence. だが、頂点に立つ者は常に一人。
I might be gay now.
You what?
And so those are my mains for granblue Fantasy. Vasaraga, Siegfried, Ladiva, and Beelzebub. Yeah, I'm really starting to enjoy this game. When I first played it, I didn't know how it worked. I didn't even hear of granblue Fantasy before, but I'm starting to enjoy it. I'm having fun with it, so I'm gonna play it more. I'm gonna play more of it in the future. I mean, hell, I even bought that Relink game because I love the fighting game. And now I saved the best for last. It is now time for Guilty Gear Strive, and this is my favorite game of all time. So, let's hop right in, shall we? Also, I gave Menasor the Dragon Slayer. Isn't that cool?
No.
Alright, fine, we'll get on to Strive. I can say without a doubt that Guilty Gear is my favorite fighting game. I love the mechanics of the game, with the burst, Roman cancels, dust attacks, and the music. The music keeps me coming back, and I listen to it a lot on Spotify. So, my main for this game is Potemkin. He's a grappler, and he is awesome. He hits hard, and he can approach the opponent a few different ways. He can make a fist forward or backward, his sliding head move, and his new move called Heat Tackle. Potemkin got his new move when LFL came out, and I literally went to bed at 4 AM because I wanted to mess around with it. Can you tell I don't have a life? His command grab is so awesome. It makes your foes feel stupid for falling for it, just like his heavenly Potemkin Buster. This is pure dopamine for me. My next character is Zato 1. Zato is a puppet character with a shadow, Eddie, and you literally play 2 characters at the same time. Zato can fly in the air and even go on the ground. Zato looks so cool with Eddie, and he is voiced by Sub-Dio. He even does a JoJo pose when he wins.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
Zato can send Eddie out to do different attacks, but he can only do a few moves before getting tired, and you have to wait for his bar to fill up again before you can use them. He can put a ton of pressure on someone, backed into a corner just mashing buttons, and he has the best taunts in the game, period. My next character is Asuka R. Quartz, and he is the hardest character in the game because of his resource management. So Asuka is a mage and he has to manage his spells and mana. If he runs out of mana, he'll take double damage and can die in a long combo. What makes it harder with Asuka is whenever he takes damage, he also loses mana, so that's just great. Fortunately, he has different ways to recover mana with his one move and some of his spells. I'm not going to explain his spells in this video because he has like 30 of them, but at some point I will. I main him because his spells look awesome and you can do some cool stuff with them. You can combo with them and affect their properties with Asuka's gravity rods. Asuka's supers look amazing. And if you input the punch version, his super can be affected by his gravity rods. His other super rearranges his spells around and it looks awesome. My last main is Gold Lewis Dixon. I love how he has a turret gun, swings his coffin thing around with quarter circle inputs, has a laser beam drop down from the sky,
You wouldn't dare.
and his last super. I call him Anime Man because of this, because it's funny and it's really dramatic. And so those are my mains for Guilty Gear Strive. Potemkin, Zato 1, Asuka, and Gold Lewis Dixon. I really love Strive because I love the animation of the game and the characters are amazing. Like I know I talked about my mains in this game, but I've also started to try to pick up Soul Bad Guy and Chip. They are great and I want to play Happy Chaos. I love them. Except it was way too hard for me. Finally reached the end of this video now. So, but yeah, fighting game. I love fighting games. They're just so fun to me, and I just love improving on these games. Like, I feel really good about myself, and not just the games themselves. I love these characters. Like, these characters help me get through the day. I work a lot because I'm working hard, and I just in my mind I'm like, hey, remember that one grab move of Kang? That is so awesome. It makes me feel better, so I really appreciate these games. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and comment down below who your mains are in your favorite games. This is the Insane Metron calling out. Have a nice day, guys.